Hello! In this episode I am launching the Sew April Blouse 23 challenge. If you're not into Instagram challenges, it doesn't matter though. There's lots of blouse inspiration here too. Hello, welcome back to Cloth Edit. If you haven't stopped by here before, I'm Gabrielle. I own an Australian online fabric, indie pattern and haberdashery store, and it's a very exciting time for year because for the past 3 years now I've been organising a challenge called Sew April Blouse, and I'm launching today Sew April Blouse 23. Now, the previous 2 iterations of the challenge, Kristen from the Atelier Society has been my wonderful co-host. She's unable to co-host with me this year, but I have the wonderful Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl who's co-hosting with me. So we've been having lots of fun chatting about the challenge. Ruan's so busy with her Sew Frugal challenge at the moment, but she has been, just wonderful in the lead up to the big launch. So I'm going to first of all give you all the details about the challenge. So it's an Instagram challenge, so you need to have an Instagram account. I know a lot of people aren't on Instagram, but many people who are on there in the sewing community just have a special sewing account. So it's not about their personal life, it's about their hobby. That's the only social media account I've ever had, actually, just a sewing account. And yes, so consider doing that if you haven't already. There's lots of lovely people on there and just endless inspiration. Now I will be talking more about all the prizes, and at this stage there are 22 prizes. I'll be talking more about that at the end, but a big, huge thank you to all the indie pattern companies who have sponsored this challenge. Many have sponsored it from the very beginning and they just always say yes, and so a big thank you to you. And Kristen from the Atelier Society has also donated a prize, which is lovely, but more about the prizes after. So how to enter the challenge. So you have to make a blouse, and I'll talk more about a blouse and what that is a little bit later also. But you need to make a blouse in April and post that blouse in using the Sew April Blouse 23 hashtag. You also need to be following Ruan at the Yorkshire Sew Girl and Gabrielle at Cloth Edit to be eligible for prizes. When you post your blouse using that hashtag, it's also a good idea to tag us. So putting at Cloth Edit and at Yorkshire Sew Girl within your post, it's just an extra little nudge to let us know that you have posted. So for your blouse, you can use an indie pattern, any commercial pattern, a vintage pattern. You can hack patterns, you can draft your own pattern. It doesn't matter. We don't mind. We just want you to love the blouse that you make and enjoy the process. You can use any fabric. You can use fabric from your stash, you can repurpose a garment, you can splurge on something new. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. Once the competition has ended, it will take Ruan and I a little bit of time to go through all those entries and to chat back and forth. So expect the announcements of all the winners to be made within that first week of May. In the first year of running this challenge, there were lots of questions about what is a blouse. So last year, I spent time writing quite a big post about what a blouse is. So I'll be doing the same thing this year also. So if you have any questions, that would be a good place to go to. But I just thought I'd go through some of the main tips here. So when you think of a shirt, for instance, we think of the traditional sort of masculine straight shape with the incorporation of a collar and collar stand and cuffs, and the fabrication is usually shirting, so quite crisp, that has that shirting body. Now, as sewers, we can often make a shirt pattern into a blouse. The main thing is just through fabrication, so something softer, softer than a shirting. But also we can turn a shirt into a blouse by the playing with ease. If it's a drapey fabric, we can have excess ease and have a very floaty sort of shirt-like blouse. Or alternatively, you can go in and have a more fitted sort of shape for your blouse. When I was doing the research for that post last year about what is a blouse, I came across some very ardent perspectives that blouses do not button up the front, but for the purpose of our challenge, of course, a blouse can button up the front. This is a wonderful garment to play around with collars and sleeves and cuffs, so it's a great challenge for that. And also it's a wonderful garment to play around with new techniques and ways to manipulate fabric. So the inclusion, blouses often can include gathers and pleats and shearing and smocking and bows and ties and different shaped yokes and all of those sorts of things that can make a garment really interesting. April is a perfect time for this challenge. A blouse is a great separate item for those transitional months. So if you're in the northern hemisphere going into spring, or in spring, or in the southern hemisphere and in autumn, a blouse is a great garment that will take you through to summer and winter too. A blouse is also a great item to use up smaller cuts of fabric, and we all have those 1 meter or 1.5 meter pieces of fabric that you don't really know what to do with. So it's a great time to experiment with those, or even combine a number of them into a unique piece. So previous winners of this challenge have come from all over the globe, and there have been entries that sort of represent very different style preferences and also different skill levels or experience levels. The two major prize winners, I might insert pictures here. The inaugural Sew April Blouse 21 challenge was won by Nancy, who is I Used to Be a Curtain. And Nancy was quite new to sewing, but she just loves interesting designs, and her blouse was actually a repurposed dress, so that was great. And then last year the major winner was Beth Ann, who is Thread the Needle on Instagram, and she made this beautiful smocked blouse which was superb. Now if you are new to Instagram, there are lots of entries, and winners of prizes were new to Instagram, so please don't think that you have to be firmly entrenched in the Instagram community to enter and to win. And as I mentioned, it'd be wonderful to see entries from new sewers in the challenge too. Right, the prizes. So all up so far, I think there are 22 prizes, which is amazing. It's going to be a little bit different this year and follow more the pattern of the prizes from the Sew Wrapped challenge. So each indie pattern designer that's donated a prize, that will be an individual prize. I won't be splitting it up amongst a number of prizes. Right, the major sponsor is Cloth Edit. So it's a big month for me. I really love this challenge. It's really exciting, and I want that to be represented in the prize that I sponsor as well. So I have two major prizes. The first one is a $150 gift voucher from Cloth Edit, and that is accompanied by a bundle of 6 PDF patterns from the Avid Seamstress, who's donating 1 pattern just for this major prize, Atelier Jupe, 1 pattern, I Am Patterns, 1 pattern, Maison Fauve or Fauve, 1 pattern, Named Patterns, 1 pattern, and Pauline Alice, 1 pattern. So that's 6 PDF patterns as well as the $150 voucher. The second major prize is another $150 voucher from Cloth Edit and 3 paper patterns from Pattern Fantastique. Yes, 3. Nita from Pattern Fantastique sent me 3 patterns in with my last order, and I immediately emailed and said, I thought you were just sponsoring the well, not just, but I thought you were sponsoring PDF patterns. And so I was blown away. So I asked if she would mind if I put those with my second major prize, and she said yes. So I'll be sending those out with whatever the recipient orders with their $150 voucher. So I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, otherwise it's going to be very long. So Kristen from the Dahlia Society is donating a $50 voucher to spend in her shop. The Avid Seamstress, in addition to that 1 PDF that's in my major prize, has donated 3 PDF patterns. And she is also offering a discount code of 15% for the blouse. So the Avid Seamstress blouse pattern, using this code. I'll put it underneath, so April Blouse 23, and that is valid from the 1st to the 7th of April. Atelier Jupe has donated 3 PDF patterns, as well as that one that's in the major prize. And Atelier Scammit has donated 3 PDF patterns. Folkwear Patterns have donated 2 PDF patterns. And there is a very exciting discount code for 15% off all blouse patterns on the Folkwear Patterns website, and that's active from the 1st of April to the 15th of April. So hopefully you're also getting a bit of inspiration as I'm putting these images up with the announcing the sponsors. I'll talk a bit more about some inspiration in following episodes, but except for Kristen, and there's a little surprise at the end, I stock all of these patterns. So I reach out to indie pattern companies that support me and entrust me with their patterns. And so I'll be highlighting a number of designs through the month. Right, Fibre Mood. I'm a stockist of Fibre Mood magazines, which are very popular. They are donating 2 bundles of prizes, so 2 lots of 3 PDF patterns, which is fantastic. Friday Pattern Company has donated 2 PDF patterns, but that is not all. They have offered us a discount code for 20% off the patina blouse for the whole month of April, and you just need to use the code SEWAPRILBLOUSE. So that's fantastic. Next is I Am Patterns. So in addition to the 1 pattern that's in the major prize, they've donated 3 PDF patterns, and there is a discount code for 15% off the Hesat and Cinderella PDF patterns, and the code is I Love Blouses, and that's active from April the 1st to May the 1st. Cicadas. Right, Maison Fauve, in addition to the one pattern in the major prize, has donated 4 PDF patterns, so thank you. Wonderful prize. Named Patterns has donated 3 PDF patterns, again in addition to that one that's in the major prize. Now and Then Patterns has donated 2 prizes, so 2 bundles of 2 PDF patterns, which is wonderful. Pauline Alice, in addition to the 1 PDF in the major prize, has donated 3 PDF patterns. P&M Patterns have donated 2 PDF patterns. I have an P&M Patterns order coming, which is very exciting. Stitched for Good, which is an Australian designer, relatively new Australian designer with beautiful designs, is donating 3 PDF patterns, and there is a discount code for 15% off the honeysuckle top and the Waratah top with the code SEWAPRILBLOUSE, and that will be running until the end of April, which is fantastic. Sewing and the City is donating the Luxe Loungewear course, which is a great prize. It includes 5 PDF patterns, so that is lovely. Sew House 7 is donating 2 PDF patterns, and because that includes the new Regalia blouse, which isn't in print, unfortunately, but I can't wait to make that. And Tilly and the Buttons, which is a new pattern brand, well, not new, but new to Cloth Edit, has donated 2 PDF patterns, which is lovely. Now, my surprise is a sponsor I haven't had before, but she's very familiar to the SEWAPRILBLOUSE challenges, and that is Laure Pierre. Now, Laure, I met Laure virtually during the first SEWAPRILBLOUSE challenge when she entered, but she also launched her very first pattern and offered it for free to the people who were following that challenge along. So there were hundreds and hundreds of people who downloaded that pattern from Laure. So it would be wonderful to see some of those made up and maybe posted in the challenge. So Laure has very generously offered 3 PDF patterns and a discount code. So 15% off the Tassie blouse, the Nansou dress and blouse, and the Vanna dress or blouse using the code SEWAPRILBLOUSE23, and that's valid from April the 1st to the April 15th. So all up, if my calculations are correct, that's 22 prizes, which is wonderful. Now, it's not a random draw. Ruan and myself will be going through all the entries and selecting the winners. And just like Kristen and I did in previous challenges, we look at all sorts of styling preferences and levels of experience and all sorts of things. So I know that was lots of talking today, so I look forward to the next episodes where I can talk all about blouses. If you've watched some previous episodes, you know I've been getting a head start and making some new blouses. I will have a March makes episode, my first sort of monthly makes episode that I've done, so that's going to be great. And I also want to share my plans and think realistically about how much time I have to sew something. But I know that I'll have a little bit of time to at least finish something off at a social event that I've organised at the Gold Coast, and tickets will be going on sale this weekend, so those who get my newsletter will have that information. It took me a long time to think of what to call the event, the social event, but I've decided it's called Gather and Stitch. So yes, I hope that those who live in the Gold Coast area, or at least in southeast Queensland and northern eastern New South Wales, might be able to attend. So it's very nerve-wracking having hosting this first one, and we'll see how it goes. I'm very excited about the venue. It's an old post office in a place called Mudgeeraba, which is very close to where I live, and it's just has a soul. I did have another very new venue picked out, but this one is a little bit bigger and just more interesting, and it's in Mudgeeraba, which has a real village vibe, and we'll be able to go out afterwards and have lunch and maybe even a drink. The theme for that first Gather and Stitch is going to be blouses, so I'll at least get to start or finish off a blouse. I think I'll be very busy and not get much sewing time myself, but hope to do a little bit of work on a project. Yes, so I'll have plans videos coming up, and yes, so I hope to see you very soon. Take care, have a lovely weekend. Bye bye.